Welcome. It's Friday. I love Friday. And it's not like I go out and party or anything, but the energy on Fridays is so lovely all the time. Hold on. I forgot I was still wearing my work shirt. I literally got off. I made a coffee. My sister's now at work. I'm good. And it's Friday night. So, I don't really know how many people are going to be a part of this live, but... I'm going to indulge in a little angel dust because I haven't really smoked weed today. And when I smoke weed, I give the best channeling messages. I never would have channeled. And if I didn't start smoking weed, I didn't know that that's what that was. So riddle me that, right? My hair's a little bit out of control. Don't pay attention to it. Okay, so something happened today. It's I want to say it's catastrophic. It's big. Okay. What happened today? 2 things at work happened that I've been in this industry, in the industry that I'm in right now, for 20 years. I've been doing it for 20 years. And 2 things happened to me today that have never happened before. And, one happened, right when I first started serving when I was 18 years old. But the other thing has never happened before. And that, to me, spoke volumes. And we've got Uranus energy. Lightning fast, sudden instincts, unusual things. Okay, with Pisces, that's the moon. And then first house, your identity. Ruled by Aries, Emperor energy. Okay, Emperor energy. And not off topic, but on topic. What up? Yeah, you're the only one. That's kind of how it starts, to be honest. Sometimes there's a flood of people. Sometimes there's one person. So, okay. Something happened last night, and my sister's fish almost died. Something really fluke, really weird. Don't know how it happened. And it would be one of those things that could never happen again. The 2 things at work today happened. They were flukes. Huge flukes. They shouldn't have happened, but flukes are a conscious energy of you being in the right place for something catastrophic or weird, okay, or almost like a catalyst of events that occurred that you're how the fuck? That is the strangest energy I have ever been a part of. Those days where you're what the fuck? How is that today? How did I do this today? It's like a totally different day. Okay, it's a totally different day. And with Uranus, it'd be a sudden change of your identity that's been hiding from you, possibly. So when these things happened at work, I surprisingly dealt with them so awesomely that I was like, man, so much of my rage is gone. I don't even know what that is anymore because it wasn't me. It was out of character, right? I'm a very pleasant person. I don't get angry, right? But why do you get angry sometimes? Why do you suddenly change sometimes? It's almost like something can alter you in a way, right? Because the moon, it's like, okay, so somebody who's going to come across this channel, or like maybe somebody you're dealing with or something right now, they might be having an identity problem, and they're going to get a sudden burst of them, you know, like when suddenly you see a job opportunity or you see somebody and it's totally not the life that you ever would have thought for yourself, and you just do it. You just go for it. Like when I moved to BC Island, it's like hippieville out there, right? I went from, hello, everybody. I went from city girl to in the middle of fucking nowhere by myself, right? But I took the life on. I wanted to change. There was something about myself that I didn't like, and I needed to embrace new people. And when I went to Tofino, I met a man who, she was a girl transitioning to a guy. And I swear to God, I might have just took a 6-week derail to drive to BC just to meet that one person. Like sometimes your life is like that. You think something is going to change so much, and you can put bank on that shit. You can put all your money down that this is your life-changing moment and nothing is going to be the same. And then you're just briskly out of it and you're like, what the fuck? I thought something was going to change with that energy. But it's not that it's not going to change. It's just that was the energy that you needed. Oh, look at that. That's the energy that you needed, okay, to find yourself. There's a piece of yourself that's missing. Oh, okay, this is what we're, okay. There's a piece of yourself that's missing, and you're being called home to it, okay? And that's your identity. Like someone's identity, you've been summoning back to come back to you, okay? Or you've been summoning something to come back to you, something that you feel is beautiful, something that you see as your other half, or something that you've secretly kind of kept in the moon's energy so that nobody would fuck with it or nobody would mess with it. It's like keeping, secret hidden gems of the heart. You know, those people, you know, there are certain people that I just don't talk about because they hold a place in my heart, and you can't get me to ever talk about it. It's like, what do they say? I can hear it's a Rose DeWipicator talking during the Titanic, and she's like, the woman's heart is a mystery is a wondrous ocean or something, and she's like, with a mystery of so many things, and to get to the bottom of it is they can't find the bottom of the ocean half the time, you know what I mean? Because that's compared to a woman's heart, right? Like you can dig in there and dig in there and dig in there and never find the bottom because it's never ending. It's going to just keep going like Mariana's Trench, and you're never going to find the bottom of it, right? And maybe that's what you're summoning, is like that type of existence, perhaps 444. Okay, so wow. Okay, so then we've got message with differences, fragment, and then fledging. Okay, so there's an incoming message about how the differences, I think, of you and somebody else are going to come together. It's like apples and oranges, right? They're in the same category, but they're not the same fruit. That's what this is. Like that's how I'm feeling. It's like 9 now all of a sudden. So it's like wherever you're going, whatever it is you're summoning something that's a part of you already, right? And it's like you want to open up the second part because it's this endless sea of mystery that you couldn't get to the bottom of if you tried. And why would you want to? Why would you want to find the bottom of something, right? You might as well just coast along. If you don't need to see the bottom, don't look there. There's shit that hides in the bottom of things. You know, don't eat bottom feeders for one. Like, stay away from shrimp and crab and catfish and monkfish and all those organisms that eat poop at the bottom of the ocean or at the bottom of the lake, you know. Don't eat them. Don't ingest them anymore. It's like you don't need to know that a bunch of crap is laying at the bottom of the ocean. You can just leave it there as fertilizer to grow the infinity and beyond, you know? Like, you don't need everything always staring at you. You don't need to uncover everything. Not everything is like a Sherlock Holmes investigation, right? It's like if you're summoning your heart home, or if you're summoning your soul to come forward to reveal something for you because you have a longing or a belonging that you have to find that you've been searching for, allow the quest to begin. You know what I mean? That's fledging. That's the first card. That's the fool's journey. You get called to do something, right? It's like I got called to BC. Sometimes these calls come in and you're at this weird time in your life where you actually hear it and you go like, I think I need to do that, right? And it's not something that sometimes these adventures are not meant to last forever. Okay, like I had this ex-boyfriend in my head forever, for like 20 years, okay? I finally met up with him so I could dig and bury it, you know? Fucking grave and hearse, like just fucking take it away and bury it and never bring it back again. Like, I am not going to deal with that person anymore. Sometimes people they sit in your head because they're the ones thinking about you, okay? And I've actually emailed somebody before and said, like, can you please get your energy off of me because I can feel you and I don't know why, because you don't like me. There are certain people that will think about you all day and they think about you so then they can fuck with you. They think about how much they hate you and it's like, it's an obsession. And I actually had to tell somebody, like, you've got to get off me because I don't have any intentions of thinking about you. And you're raping my thoughts right now. And you're with somebody. You're fucking somebody right now. You have no business thinking about me. And if you are thinking about me while you're sleeping with somebody else, you need to pick up the phone and call me. We need to talk about this because I'm not coming to you while you're banging other chicks. Why the fuck are you thinking about me? Right? But like, I shouldn't be so aggressive. Obviously, this guy is aggressive. So I have to be aggressive back. Because if I don't push him back, he keeps pushing me until I'm against a wall and won't leave me alone, right? That's his energy on me. And that's a negative energy. It's like he was married for like 20 years to his high school sweetheart, and he fucking stalked me in my dreams for years. Anytime we went out and he just happened to be there, if I didn't say hello to him or greet him in his presence, he would throw things at me. He would get pissed off at me. He would walk up to me and scoff. He was so fucking rude to me sometimes, and he said it was because he liked me. You don't treat people awful and say that you like them. That's no. If you like somebody and they're with somebody, you're happy that they're with somebody because you would want them to be happy because you know that it's a hard, cruel world out there and to live it alone is brutal, but to do it with somebody and then to actually know that that person feels the same way, it's like you don't find that very often. So if you don't like your ex, don't look at their boyfriends or their girlfriends and hex them. It's got nothing to do with you. Social media, I think the whole point of social media is to really fuck with people. It's to really make black magic work. I wasn't on social media for years. I deleted my Facebook and Facebook didn't delete it for me. So somebody had kept logging in, and finally a few months ago, I was like, I deleted my Facebook. Why is it saying somebody's logging in? So I followed the steps. And sure enough, there was my Facebook going. After a year and a half or something, after I deleted it, I confirmed the deletion. And then, they send you that thing after 30 days. Now your account is fully closed. And if you want to reverse this, you've got 20 seconds to do so. And if not, your Facebook is wiped out. It was still going. People were messaging me on there thinking that I was on there. And I'm like, I deleted that shit. Like, isn't that a part of the privacy code? That if you do not want something, you're allowed to have it deleted for you. Like, why do people just think that, like, they're, maybe somebody's like fucking with you. and trying to stop you getting home. Actually, two times, one of my ex-boyfriends tried to get in contact with me. Both times I was out of the country. And not out of the country thinking I was coming back. And now all of a sudden, I'm single, he's single, and there's no communication. And I'm like, you know, did his pride get in the way because I wasn't there and readily available for him the second he was single? Because 3 weeks later, you know, he's back with baby mama again. So why would you even trust that? Like every time this guy gets single, he just goes back to his baby mama again. So it's like, maybe you had a close call with somebody. Maybe you had a close call with somebody. It's like I can see parts of this reading, but I can't. It's like I'm just getting the messages that are coming through. And like only ex-boyfriend messages. So maybe, okay, so maybe okay, now I'm getting this Hawthorne's Heights song in my head. It's called Dissolve and Decay. Okay, so you summon something beautiful to you and you're getting the message about it, but something is in the dark. Something's in the dark. And I can't see it. Yeah. I'm getting a little distracted right now. I apologize. My neighbors are screaming at each other in the backyard right now, and it's really fucking distracting me right now. And then look at the card that came up. Neighbors, literally. And all I want to do is peek through the fucking curtain to see who the hell it is that's screaming at one another right now, but I'm not going to do it because it's a bunch of dudes and I don't care. It's obviously a drug deal gone wrong. Literally, look it. I'm thinking it's a drug deal gone wrong. We got a harvest. All I can see is a bunch of pot plants. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to say that that's part of the reading. Okay, maybe neighbors is. Like, you are suspicious about something. Something that you don't believe that's real. You've summoned, okay, I think you've summoned something into your life and now you don't believe it. Celebration. Carrie. Like, you know how she gets invited to the prom by, like, the quarterback or some shit and she can't believe it? Yeah, duck and cover. Okay, Adrian. Pig blood. Yeah. Okay. That's really weird. That's one of my ex-boyfriends I was just talking about. That's his name. You're freaking me out right now. Like, I'm like, if I look like a ghost in headlights, it's because I haven't seen that name come up in a very long time. Obviously, it's not him, but, like, I was just talking about him. Wow. What is happening right now? Okay, I'm telling you, this might be your ex-boyfriend. Because his name just appeared on the screen, okay? This might be your ex-boyfriend. And they do not believe you. Yo, Adrian. He used to call himself AIDS from Ajax. That's what he used to call himself. It was the best nickname ever. Okay. It's like somebody's trying to get in, but you won't let them. Maybe that's why the Babadook's in reverse. Okay, because which neighbors was in reverse as well. And you know how she gets invited to the prom by the quarterback, by the most famous, or what would you call that? Popular person in school, okay? And they set her up. So forbidden. Honestly, I was forbidden from that ex, Adrian. I was forbidden from saying his name. I was forbidden from seeing him. I was forbidden. Okay. And like, this goes deep. I don't know who the fuck fucked with you, but it's making your judgment. Someone's fucking with you. Okay. Trickster. Fate. Okay. So, I think you summoned something literally to come to you. Okay, and it did. And now you think you're being fucked with because of it. But this is your fate. The thing that's tricking you is just that. Oh God, Loch Ness. Okay. It's the it in reverse. It's the trickster in reverse. I just heard something really creepy beside me. Anyways, so you're not being fooled. You're not being tricked. Okay. You were forbidden from something, and that's why you summoned it back into your life. Because, okay, if something is lined up for you karmically, okay, but somebody takes it, you know this is supposed to come in for you. So when it doesn't come, you kind of go like, remember the call to the universe? You kind of go like, okay, somebody rang my doorbell. Why is nobody standing here? Right? And then the call came in again. And it's like, no one's answering it, or you're not answering it. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm summoning this to come into my life. Why is it not coming in? It's supposed to be here already. I shouldn't even be summoning it. This is something that, like, you've been forbidden to see it. You've been forbidden to talk about it. But it goes so deep that there's actually literally been manipulation. And that's why with social media, okay, it is awful, but at the same time, it's made people visible. And when people in your life come in and they decide you are not to go anywhere, you are going to stay here. I don't give a fuck who's messaged you. I don't give a fuck who you want to be with. You're going to stay here and do this. That blocks energy from moving. And that means that people can't go anywhere. And once people can't go anywhere, then you've got a mission in itself then to start creating kind of like your own tree. If you're going to stay planted, then there are things you got to start doing in order to stay like that. If you don't want to stay planted, if you stay in movement, then your job keeps going in that way. It's really weird how certain, obviously, dimensions work, but this person stopped your energy, which means it stopped the things around you, which means whoever's been trying to get you to come towards them, you're not getting the message. You're getting blocked from it because you've been even forbidden to say their name. You've been forbidden to do anything with them. You've been forbidden to go deep with them. They've forbidden you to have children with this person. They think they don't believe in you because of all these neighbors, all these people around them saying things. And there might not even be physically, it might just be in their head. It's like they're being fucked with, and that's where you got to say to yourself, these thoughts that are going through my head are not, like, sometimes that's why I said I had to see my ex-boyfriend after 20 years and kind of like bury the hatchet. If somebody is creeping around you or around you, then see them face to face, go face to face with them or call them on the phone, get the conversation done with so then you can figure out why they keep coming up. Because if people keep coming up in your life over and over and over again, it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, right? You could be involved with something that they're doing. And at the same time, you might be dragging things from the past and still putting them in front of you because they're not letting your name out of their mouth, kind of thing. Like, people, if they don't really want to go away, they just won't go away. And they're just going to keep recycling shit, okay? I don't know if this is your reading, Adrian. I don't know who you are, but it very well could be your reading, okay? And if you don't believe in something because of outside chatter, when you know it's your fate and you know you're being fucked with because something's been so obviously kept from you, then this is your reading. Because it's like, it's just going to keep, you're just going to keep trying to get it to come back. And it's not, it's like it won't reach a boundary because somebody's got you tied up in their lies and their bullshit. They're a fucking clown. They're a joke. How do you ghost it and not exhale? What do you mean? Ghost it. That's weird. Look at it. I just pulled death. Talk about transformation. Ooh, with the chariot. Ooh, with the lovers. Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Cups. Holy shit. Okay. The middle of the deck just told me everything apparently I needed to know. Okay, so. Okay. We're transitioning. See how long you can hold it. Well, I held it for a while. It's going to make me choke. I got angel dust in there. Can't be sucking it back. That's like hash. Hold it in. I did hold it in. The Chariot. You definitely act like my ex-boyfriend, Adrian. That's for sure. You Adrians are all alike, aren't you? Okay. The Lovers. In reverse, too. But it's almost like I do kind of think that somebody has a little bit of a split personality. So somebody definitely can hear voices. That's what that split personality would be, is like, you have to learn your voice versus this other thing's voice. Like, someone's got two voices in their head for sure, which is why it's the Lovers. Because the Lovers isn't about the lovers. It's just about, it can be about your masculine and your feminine side, or in this case, in this card, would be your dark side and your light side, right? And it's like, you have to be in your body all the time. Like, when I had to learn to like spend time with myself, I was like, whoa, Whitney, you are a lot to hang out with. And I had to like chill the fuck out because I couldn't even hang out with myself, right? So it's almost like maybe that's what it is. Like, you got to change yourself into yourself, right? Put this and know that like you do have a dark side and you do have a light side. You can have negative thoughts towards somebody that you don't like. Like, you can have a dark side. There isn't dark without light. Without the sun, like, we need shade or we would die, right? Like, there can't be that much light. And you know what? A lot of people fuck with me because they think that I'm all kisses and roses all day and I'm the happiest person, and it annoys them. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you don't think I don't have a bad day? Like, I'm choosing to put a smile on my face right now. I'm choosing to be happy because that's how how I want to be. Yeah, if you want to see me turn into super cunt bitch, I can do that too. But why would you want to do that? But then some people, like even my own boss, like she's so fucking rude sometimes. I'm like, I swear she just does it. So then other people will get into a bad mood too. So she's not the only one. Right? So she's not the only one in a bad mood. And I'm like, why would you do it? Why would you even want people around you to be in a bad mood? Like, if people are in good moods around you, that means your toxic energy isn't seeping out to everybody, but you want it to. And like, why would you want to ruin somebody's day? Like, what the fuck? You don't know my burdens. You don't know my demons. You know what I deal with every day. Like, why would you want to just make somebody's life a living hell? And that's what it seemed like. And one of the chicks today in the events that has never happened to me before in this 20 years of doing this, this fucking woman was giving her daughter sips of her, well, actually, she wasn't giving her anything. The daughter was just taking like giant chugs of her Caesar. And I asked her twice for her ID, and she refused to let me see her ID. So I told her she wasn't allowed to drink. She was fucking doing it anyways, where her mom was just sitting there on her phone. And I'm thinking, like, you know, yeah, it's just a little sip to you and your underage daughter, but that could cost us our license. That could cost us 30-day shutdown. That could cost my boss fucking 25 grand. What are you thinking? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Well, actually, way more than 25 grand. You know, like, some people are just, maybe there's a side of you that's so fucking dumb. And it's like, you have to balance, like, I mean, we can all admit that we have sides of us that are idiots, okay? And we do stupid, dumb shit. And we're like, oh my God, what did you just do? Okay? I spilled a drink all over this kid today, and I almost cried. I felt so bad. And he just shrugged it off like it was nothing, and then had a fresh, clean pair of clothes in the car. And I was like, well, that was meant to be, because I've never spilled a drink on anybody, and you have a fresh, clean pair of clothes in the car? And then he went and changed, and I was like, you're a saint. That kid was a saint. A saint. But other people, a drink gets spilled on them, and the fucking worst demons come out of them, right? Maybe you just got to learn your truth. And I think you got to learn the truth about your heart, because I think your heart can be the death of you, and you need to get some truth on that shit. There needs to be some truth coming out of there, because, like, you can't just be all emotional all the time, because that is going to kill you, okay? Because there's a lot of options around you. There's death around you. There's transformation around you. There's ghosts of the past around you. There's infinity around you. There's, sonar being sent to you. And then there's a big old scary spider right in the middle. And spiders, okay, I just recently found out, are like, for one, my sister saw one in her dreams that she said was the size of a garage. Okay, think of like a regular 2-car garage. It was the size of that. And he came walking out of the woods, and she was just standing there. And I was like, yeah, I believe it. I mean, there are giants. And like, because everybody's got their cell phone on them all the time, oh my God. Everybody is taking pictures of everything now. And people are catching the weirdest things on camera now, right? There are, I believe, giant spiders out there walking around. Yeah, see, I enjoy tarantulas as well. But there is a daddy long leg in my bathroom this morning. It's still there, right beside the toilet. I was like, that's really where you want to be? Like, really? Hanging out by the bathroom tissue. I'm like, all right, whatever. I just left him there, and he's still there. There was a spider that was on my wall the other day. I just left it. I don't know. I mean, they get killed so fast because the flies eat them and shit. I just leave them alone. I don't go near spiders in my house. I mean, I definitely am not going to put them outside, because they're going to die or get eaten. And I just hope that they crawl into the cracks that they came out of. I don't know. But it's in someone's like kind of like skirt in the middle, you know, because it's like your heart can kill you. Okay, put it that way. And I don't know if somebody's like a recovering drug addict or something like that, but love can make you crash and burn, you know? Like if you don't know how to balance yourself, then this transformation, what you're summoning, it might have been held back from you for so long because it is your identity. It is like, you know, when people say that they're with their other half, it's not made up. It's one of those things where sometimes the other person that you're with just becomes everything that you're not, because it's impossible to be everything. But if you split it between two people, it makes a lot of things easier. Right? So that's what I noticed about my sister and I. It seems like whoever you want to be in partnership with, which her and I just live together, so we become partners as if we're in this game of life and we're playing against the world, right? We share the chores. We look after each other's animals. We share a car. And that was actually kind of by fluke. But we become, you become partners with people, and then everything that I can't do, because I have to tap out at certain things, she just does. And she knows that I can't do everything. And then it comes to a point where, well, okay, she's not responsible for all the laundry and she can't clean the floors all the time. So then I have to step in. It's like whoever you're a partner with, right? It's easier to balance the workload out than just making yourself do it all. So maybe that's your head, because I kind of just keep looking at this. I'm like, maybe that's somebody's head, right? Where it's like they make it seem like they're the ones that have to do it all, and you don't. There are partners out there that would help you, so then you didn't have to do everything by yourself. Why would you feel like you had to do everything by yourself? Like even Superman couldn't do everything by himself. Superman never made any money, right? Saving the world. Fucking that motherfucker still had to go to work every day, okay? He was like, what, news clerk or some shit? Okay, Superman at night, right? You can't do it all, and you can't expect to do it all. He still has the police. He still has the fire, whatever you call that, fire department, right? So, like, you can't expect to do everything on your own. So why would you live life like you got to do everything on your own? So then when temptations come around, you get confused because you think you have to take them all because they're all right in front of you. Well, if a pile of shit was sitting in front of you, would you take it because it was on a plate? No. So why would it be different any other way? Same with walking into a liquor store. Are you going to let all the bottles call your name? No. Just one, maybe two, or if you're an alcoholic, 3 or 4, possibly 5. But you can't take it all, right? You can't take it all. I just heard Maynard go, oh, well. Hilarious. Like, you can't take it all. And maybe that's why you're drowning your sorrows. Because you think you can have it all. You think you want it all. And you're like, bitch, you got to pick one person. And then, I was thinking today, I was like, man, if I ever got married, or, if I ever decided that, like, one guy was, I really wanted to settle down. And I was thinking of this one guy, and I feel like he's such a free spirit that I was like, if he wanted to sleep with other people, like if it really meant that much to him, like if my husband really wanted to, because he just, I don't know, some people, I can't say that it's not that they don't love you, but some people got this other thing, and it's like, some people are okay with it. They're like, I don't sleep around, but my husband does. And it doesn't bother me because he's safe about it. He doesn't bring it home, and he's not sleeping with people to find a new relationship, right? It's just mom's tired sometimes, and it can't always happen. Like when women are pushed to have children, they're a little bit more exhausted, right? Whereas people who don't have children, we can be up all night, right? It doesn't bother us. Whereas moms know their kids wake up at 7. I can wake up at 7 and be alone because I don't have kids to take care of, right? So it's almost like, what are you talking about there? Oh yeah, okay, same person, right? So it's almost like someone's got to learn how to like transform their life. Oh my God, that same Perfect Circle song. He's going, you don't see me. You don't see me. And then I just looked at the fucking Pisces sign, which is the moon. Something you don't see. I don't know what it is that you're not seeing, but something is in the dark and it's headed straight for you. that was kind of the message that just came out. It's sitting in the dark and it's headed straight for you, straight out of a transformation, because you summoned it. You summoned something very beautiful to come into your life. And it is here. And you're both different, sure, but you're both from the same category. But you can't see it. And that's awesome. Like, honestly, with someone going back and forth in their head, like maybe someone's just watching you and they're going back and forth in their head because they're trying to really like figure something out because they don't believe what they're seeing, because they don't understand that they're fated for it and that someone's just trying to trick them. Someone's got a lot of temptations in front of them, and that's where they've got to beat the devil. Oh, look at that. Ace of Cups. Whoa. Okay, so I think we got the girl side and the dude side. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? So on the feminine side, we have the Empress with the 5 of Cups. This feminine energy goes from like brokenhearted to here's my cup, don't break, or here's my heart, don't break it, right? It's like maybe that's a transformation. Right? Because why else would she have that in her hand? The thrill, right? Why would she be giving that up if it wasn't what she wanted? And look at the 2 white eyes. So that's why this card is very important, because you're both cats or you're both fruit, you're both in the same, but you're different. You are different. But just because you're different, think of it this way, being different is a good thing, okay? Why would you want to be the same, okay? And then the guy's point of view, okay, is all choked up. They're all choked up, okay? And they've been wasting this cup for a while now, right? With always kind of thinking that they had a lot of other stuff on their mind. Maybe they had a lot of other people that they had to give some feelings towards, or they've had a mental block, I think, for a while, which is why the mental block went with the throat chakra block, right? Because I don't think this person knew how to balance something out. They didn't know. They thought it was going to end up being one flap of wings was going to change everything. So it was like the littlest movement from either one of you was going to change everything. So somebody got choked up and then they moved on. They left. They pieced out. They ghosted. Right? They left. Right? And now I think it's a possibility something could have been happening between the two of you through another dimension, whereas the energy was going back and forth between the two of you, right? Where I was like, it's like where one person would have the energy for a bit and then they would pass it back to the other person and then they would hold on to the energy for a bit. And then you're right. Like there's a vision that I had where I used a ball of energy like that with a group of people trying to teach them how to create energy. So then they would stop stealing it from me. And it seems like the same energy. Like it looks like, I'm not saying it's not the same, but it's like I can see that it was an energy transfer. It just went back and forth. And then that's what I'm kind of seeing these crystals represent, is like, because look at it, it's like something very fragile, like a butterfly, where they say when a butterfly flaps its wings, on the other side of the world, all hell can break loose, tsunamis happen, tornadoes hit, right? So it was like on the other side of these, on the both sides of these people that have been passing this energy back and forth, right, was something catastrophic. And they just sat still. They didn't move. All right. They just sat still. They couldn't move because one person wouldn't talk, right? This masculine energy wouldn't talk. They had all of these thoughts in their head, but they were choked up between three people. Okay. Possibly could have been three people. So they just kind of wasted it on something else, right? Now they've got that back to give. Just like the Empress. The Empress before was broken, didn't really have that much to give, right? But now they've got what they have while this person has what they have. Or project or work, or I don't know. It's going to be different with everybody. And I can't say exactly how it is because that's not how readings work. But let me tell you, if these people were kept separated from each other, then somebody was manipulated. If not, they were both manipulated. And if that's the case, that they were both manipulated, then like the outcome of this is going to be hilarious, because it kind of seems like everybody that comes in contact with you somehow gets burned. Because there's a lot of people who are just using you because of your abilities. You get used because of your abilities. And there's a huge possibility that you're going to end up living beside the water. I don't know why that just came up, but going from like from like trashy to classy. I was going to say from ashy to trashy, and I was like, that's basically the same thing. It would be from trashy to classy. Get it right, Whitney. Yeah. From trashy to classy. I mean, because they keep making me look at these buildings in the background of Candyman. Remember those they're like in the hood. Those buildings are not okay. That's a shitty place to live. Right? And then they just keep making me look at the ocean here, which would be Maine, where it was filmed. But I mean, I keep seeing the coastline. So I don't know. Ace of Wands on the bottom. Fire it up. Fire it up with Judgment underneath? Okay. When you hear the trumpets play, it's time to go. Whatever the fuck that means. You know you're calling. That's the thing. You know what you're summoning. You know. Like, my collective, there's no way you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't know something. Because you wouldn't have made it through. You would have been like, fucking shut up, turned it off, and gone to another reader. So, ooh, look at that confidence on the bottom of the deck. It's all about confidence. I don't know if you've ever stood beside a fucking horse before, But oh my God, when I was in California, I was staying with my aunt for a while, and she goes, she had a horse named Sydney, a big old black stallion. No, big old black horse, you know, with the little white dot there. They're a certain kind of breed. I'm awful with horses anyways. So she's like, well, let's go see Sydney. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Get in the car with her, we drive, go see the horse. And then she like holsters it all up and everything. No, like she doesn't put the saddle on or anything. She puts like the face thing on everything. And we go for a walk down the road. And I'm like, this is the most surreal thing I've ever done in my life. Okay, I've never walked a fucking horse down the road like I'm walking a fucking dog. Okay, I thought maybe we were going to let him run in the field or some shit. No, I'm like, oh my God, I was so upset with my aunt on how she treats her horse. I hope this horse is dead with how bad he gets treated. Anyways, that's not the point. So anyways, we're walking down the fucking road, this country road, bumfuck California, okay? And she goes, do you want to walk him? And I'm like, I really didn't know what to say. So she just hands me the fucking reins, and I just start walking the horse down the road. And I'm thinking any car could pass by and this thing could just fucking take off. Like, I don't know this fucking horse. Like, anyways, so then he starts shooing me off the road, motherfucker. Starts trying to put me in the ditch. And she goes, you have to push him back. And I go, what? Like I'm going to push a fucking horse back. What are you talking about? So instead, I just scooted out. And I went around him on the front way. This thing was fucking huge, okay? Like I'm just going to shoot him. She's like, just push him. Yeah, okay. I'm like 125 pounds. Push him. He's like 3,000 tons. Oh, I don't know what she was thinking. Like, she walks this fucking horse every week. Walks him down the road. I'm like, yeah, because you know if you let him off, he ain't never coming back because you're the worst owner in the world. But anyways, I don't know why that story came up. Oh, yeah, confidence with the horse. Hey, honestly, it takes a lot of confidence to stand beside a fucking horse, okay? You think, oh, they're so pretty, and they're so far away. You know, wait till those motherfuckers come right up beside you. Like, wow, I saw this one horse. It was in the same stables, but like kind of down. He was white. He had these blue eyes. Oh, they were terrifying. I was like, you look like you have people eyes, these long, long lashes. Oh, horses' eyes are so fucking creepy. Oh, they're so intriguing though. Like they like, you start talking and they start looking at you. Like, what the heck are you guys talking about? Like my fish just sits here and stares at me when I do this because it's the closest he can get to me. If I start talking to my sister through the wall, he starts getting all excited. Starts dancing, flipping around and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, you're excited that I'm talking. Like, he can hear me talking right now, so now his gills are all going. He starts shaking, or I'll shake to him like this, and he gets so excited. Oh, it's so funny. And then I'll give him a piece of food, and then he acts like a little tiger. He tries to rip it all up. Oh, he's so adorable. But horses, yeah, they are adorable from a mile away. Just don't go close to them. Okay, so how long have we been going? Oh my God, almost an hour. All right, well, I think that's it. I think that was the moral of the story. I don't really think there's anything more to tell. Sometimes I do a second part of the reading, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. No cards are jumping out and yelling my name, so I think I'm just gonna head. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being around, Adrian. Loch Ness, they call you, I think you said. Anyways, thanks for coming around, buddy. And thanks for tuning in, whoever else is there. Hope it made sense to somebody. I don't know. That was a weird reading. Oh, a milestone. Oh, coming back to this milestone. That's what I heard. There's this band called Brand New, and they have a song called Milestone. Although they spell it Milestone. Millston. And when I put in milestone, it spelled it Milestone. I don't know which the right fucking, I don't know what kind of, I don't know what spelling it is. But anyways, when you reach a milestone, obviously this person has reached a milestone. So whatever you're trying to figure out, I hope you got the answers. Because usually the reading's for whoever is in the live. It's weird because your energy is here. So it's probably for you, Adrian. Like I said, you asked if this reading was about you, and I bet you it's for you. So take it how it resonates, buddy. All right. Peace out. Have a good one. Have a good Friday night.